time of the year I've actually used my heater, guys.
Oh, that's a heater.
That's what a heater is, officer.
No, that's a heater. That's a thin sound. That's a heater.
No, no, no. That's the dehumidifier. The heater is in the corner over there. Okay, you guys start. I'm just checking our streams, making sure everything's going.
Sure.
We're going to do a very quick introduction.
Yet.
Very quick introduction.
You want us to start the intro?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very quick.
Well, ladies first.
Yeah, so we are Retire in Panama Tours, Panama Expat Service. I'm Megan. I'm originally from outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I came to Panama in 2018 with the Peace Corps and learned a bunch of Spanish, a lot about Panamanian culture, and met my husband Oscar during that time and ended up staying here. We live in Boquete and absolutely love our melting pot of a community here and the beautiful mountains and the beautiful weather, spring weather all year round. And we also love to help expats move here. So if you decide to come on tour with us, you'll get to meet all of us, and we'll be here for you throughout your whole move.
Beautiful. Well, I'm Oscar Peña, originally from Cali, Colombia. I've been here in Panama for almost 15 years. Next month is going to be 15 years. Being here, working in a tourism industry since 2006. Before I was living in Costa Rica for 3 years and a half. I have an extensive background in hospitality, hotel tourism, and restaurants. So that allows me to perform pretty good for the people that come with us on tour. Being a tour guide for many years as well. And I also used to be part of the CINAPROC of Civil Defense of Panama. So to make sure my keeps are always safe with us. So I'm a little bit jack of all the trades, and I'll make sure when you come in our tours, you're having fun, you're safe, you're learning about the culture. I consider myself the bridge in between the culture of Panamanians and North Americans or other country. And I'm very happy and proud to our team and what we are doing for our folks and make sure people understand very well this culture, this country, what it takes to be here and to become what we call happy expat in Panama. And by the way, we're retired in Panama, the real ones. We are.
And we just finished a really fun tour.
Yeah, we just did.
Just this morning, dropped them off at the airport.
Cool. And I'm Rod, and I'm happy to be here. So on that note, instructions are simple. If you want to type your question into the comments, please do. We would love to meet some of you. Type the word live in the comment, and we'll bring you on the studio, and you can ask the question live. And
benefit is that you get your answer
right away.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, I got a question from Margaret. Margaret, your T-Mobile is having outage issues. I know, yes, that's not a Panama. It actually is a Panama issue in the Panama City, Coronado areas today. Margaret, I believe that you're close to there because Tico was having issues. And they dump their roaming as soon as they have issues to save their bandwidth. So that could have been your issues. Any options as far as switching? Well, I'm trying to think, Margaret. Are you, if you're going to be full time in Panama, there's absolutely no reason to have a Tigo, AT&T, Verizon, or any phone here. There's absolutely none. You don't need to be spending the hundreds and hundreds of dollars a year doing that. And the best option is when you're back in the States is get a Google Voice line and port your number over. And when you're down here, get a Panama cell. My Panama cell, which is more data than you'll ever need, is $22 a month. But if you get a $27 one, $27 or $28 one, you'll get unlimited roaming back in the U.S. and Canada. We've got many. Like we have some of our guests that live down here 6 months and back in Canada or the U.S. the other 6 months, and they just use Google Voice or they use the Canadian one, which is Fongo, Fongo, and that's what they kept their U.S. and Canadian numbers. And they have data when they're back in U.S. and Canada because they roam on their plans here. Usually Tigo we find to be the best. So we got any other questions on that, Margaret? You guys, we can always be contacted on our website, on the contact page. Save link image. I'm going to post that in the chat. But I don't know. See, any of the U.S. roaming guys, folks, sorry to say it, they don't work excellent here. It's a secondary service roaming, not a primary. You'll seldom ever get LTE speeds. You'll be stuck on, you'll roam probably on the 3G network, which is not that great. Okay, let's get into the questions. Who wants to come on live? Let's see some lives in here. We were just talking about this.
Sandra.
Okay. Sandra, for Canadians, has anyone obtained a pension letter for CPP and OAS that was accepted by Panama? Thousands and thousands of people, Sandra. It does not need to say this pension is for life. It does not whatsoever. It won't. The pension letter is you download it right from your back office in Services Canada. Your lawyer will instruct you exactly how to do that. If they don't know how to do that and you haven't given them any money yet, I would say find another lawyer because you want to work with one that's worked with Canadians because there are some specific. The pension letter is just you have to be on the pension already, and when you download it from Services Canada's website, it actually says Sandra Loader receives a pension of X number of dollars per month. That's all it is. And then when your lawyer takes that, Panama Immigration understands CPP, OAS, and Social Security. They know it is pensions for life. So all you're going to need with that, even Social Security in the States doesn't say for life. But all they ask for is an affidavit from yourself, which a lawyer will do, stating that this pension is for life. Okay. And Tracy says, Oscar knows a guy. He knows a guy.
Our secret motto.
There we go.
From Sean, our power outage is common in all of Panama. Moving to Los Algarrobos, or only in certain areas. Los Algarrobos is a little suburb outside of David, although not so little anymore.
Not so little, quite well developed.
And great shopping center.
Yeah, Algarrobos is a popping area. Actually, probably in our future tours, we're gonna drive by to Algarrobos because it's a developed area that is a lot more affordable. Some of the areas in Cherokee, and it's close to all the shopping center, and it's still not as hot like that. You probably will still need an air conditioner, but it's a very nice area that is coming.
Very affordable too.
Very affordable, yeah. That's the main.
And in between Boquete and David, which are very popular areas.
And it's still green.
Yeah, so power outages, I mean, it really depends where you are. But near that close to David and Boquete, you probably won't get that many, and definitely not for that long. But certainly they still happen. In
the last, I'm going to say 4 years, you guys correct me if you think I'm wrong, the longest power outage we have had was a few months ago. It was a planned one with 6 hours.
Yeah.
That's a major, for us, that's a major power outage. And typically, in the last week, have we had one?
Nope.
No. 2 weeks, maybe. I think there was a short one for about 10 minutes. And we're speaking directly to you, Sean, because typically if you have one, we're going to have one up here because you're on the main grid in that area. So, account for once a week, short power outage, once every month or two, a bit longer one.
Yeah. Sometimes here the situation that can be a power outage if somebody had an accident or a tree wasn't trimmed on time and then the branch fell on the line, or just a transformator got blew up. That could be something very rare situation.
4 or 5 years that I've lived in Boquete, it's never been long enough to worry about the food in your fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Even that 6-hour one, like I even checked my deep freeze. Everything was still solid as a rock.
Yep.
Just don't open it. I just posted in the chat an article about power outages, how often they are, how to handle them, stuff like that. So feel free to check that out. Next question.
Ruth and Harvey, how far out before we move to Panama can we apply for the pensionado visa?
Well, the actual application process happens here in Panama. You should start working on it about 3 months before.
Yeah.
Because all your paperwork needs to be within 6 months. So well, it's not a lot of paperwork. It's your pension letter, it's your criminal background check, FBI or RCMP, and it's your marriage certificate. They can't be older than 6 months, like dated older than 6 months.
But you don't have to move here to get your pensionado visa.
No, you can come here, apply, and then go back and settle things up.
This one thing, that's one of the things that you guys, any of you wanted to relocate to Panama, you don't have to be living here the whole time. If you can apply for a pensionado visa or any sort of residency that is easy for you, but you find out that you necessarily have to live here full time, that's okay. It's always it's a good thing to have a second residency in a foreign country. You know, to have a lot of a plan B is always good to have. And when you come here with have a residency here, you only buy a one-way ticket. You don't have to worry about that thing. Oh, I have to get a return, or you have some privileges by being a resident. So it's always a positive.
Residency line in the airport, which is always quicker.
You go through it go through the Cuban airport immigration, go to the EAA.
And to maintain it, you just have to fly in once every 2 years.
Yeah, that's unlike most countries in the world. Most countries in the world where you get residency, they require you to be there 183 days a year to maintain your residency. Panama does not. You have to appear in Panama once every 2 years.
Yep.
That's basically it.
Easy peasy.
Okay. Oops. Let me move on to the next one.
Anyone want to come on live?
Come on, give us a live.
Type live in the comments. Oh, I see one. Awesome.
I have invited David and Lana to the studio. You're going to see something pop up on your screen. Please come in. There we go. Diane.
Hi, Diane. What are the downsides to Alto's Cerro Azul? Not much has been said.
Cerro Azul is newer place for expats to be relocating there. It's way more affordable. It's imagine quite famous close to Coronado Altos de Maria. That's Cerro Azul, just opposite of Panama City on the way, like 45 minutes outside Panama City towards Darien to Bayano Lake. The only downfall that I can assume right now, because I'm not very acknowledged to that area. Gotta be honest with you guys. There is not many amenities like North American amenities.
Exactly.
That will be the only one. The rest.
Go to Panama City for most.
Yeah. But I can only be sure there is grocery stores, there is gas stations, there is everything there. As a matter of fact, I am planning to do a trip to Cerro Azul just to explore this area, and I want to spend at least a few days there to really check out, make a video of it, because Cerro Azul is popping up, it's coming up more famous and more famous every month. So
it's a famous gated community up there. So if you're not interested in a gated community, if you want a more
rural,
local Panamanian style community, then it might not be good
for
you.
But I know I've seen many good places for rent, like nice houses for rent for about $600.
Hiking and bird watching.
Yes, a lot of outdoors.
So after Oscar is going to get together with pictures, and Megan and I will write up an article, and you'll see it more on our website. I have a friend who lives there, and everything Oscar said is 100%. It's just, if you need to run to Costco or the mall, you're driving to the city, or to the specialist, or stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we are going to say hi to David and Leah. How are you guys? Your video should be coming up any second. David and Leah, can you hear us?
I think their video got frozen.
You might just need to approve the video and mic.
It shows that they're unmuted. David and Leah, are you there?
Their picture looks frozen.
Yeah, probably lost internet.
They must have lost, Okay. Okay.
Barbara and Bob, can you talk about the
Barbara and
duration?
Bob.
Yeah, that's right. I knew those names. Hey, when are you guys coming back? Can you talk about the duration of the rainy season and how much and when it typically rains?
Okay, guys, I'm gonna bring up my weather station here.
Yeah,
Perfect.
but
It
Maybe
doesn't
there's-
rain ever in Barbara and Barb. Are you guys here right now? I think
Our
you
poor
are.
tour group, they're like, you guys said it only rained for a short amount of, an
Yeah,
hour
bring
per
it up, yeah.
day. In the afternoons here, and of course this week it's been drizzling all day long.
today most the older days. Today was really,
Yesterday too was
but
pretty.
not as bad like today. Today
Yeah.
was worse, but it's very very on and off.
And it's something that's going on in the whole region right now.
Yeah, it's you sometimes because we're such a narrow country.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, I have a weather station in my backyard. Barbara and Bob are in Boquete. I don't know if they live in Boquete. Well, they're coming here. I don't know if they're here right now. And we've seen in the last week or two some crazy weather, just like Florida has seen, just like Houston has seen. We've seen 850 millimeters of rain in June so far. That's 36 inches, which is 3 times the normal for June. So this is not typical Panama rainy season weather. It rains
Well,
on
we're
a
the
typical day.
phenomenon of Nina,
Yeah,
so which it was expected.
yeah, it's typically been raining every day. Today it started raining this morning. I had somewhere to go this afternoon. I looked out the window and said, I'm going anywhere. I turned on my heater and turned on, which first time I've used it in a year, and warmed
This
up the
Canadian
house.
was cold.
I was
Can you believe
cold.
that?
I got a shorts under shirts here. But that is, I've never, in years, I just haven't seen that. So a typical rainy season, you look at the climate data and stuff like that, which I've studied a lot and written about it a lot. April through November is Panama's rainy season, and it's a progressive rainy season, meaning it starts out light. Couple times a week, you'll get a heavy afternoon shower, and that goes, April, May, June, July, and August can be a little nicer, but you can still get 2 to 3 showers.
Yes.
And with October and November, it could be 5 days a week you get those afternoon showers. And typically, what we get in October and November, when there's a hurricane in the Gulf, we get weather like we did today.
Mm-hmm.
And we've just never seen that in June in many years. So if you guys are here and wondering, what the heck am I doing moving to Boquete, don't worry. Give it a few days. It'll be gone. It's going to be nice. And let us know where you guys are.
September,
so we can
October
get
is
together.
pretty rainy, right?
Yeah, October, November, September, October, somewhere in that range. You're looking at 5 days a week. It's going to rain, and it's going to rain hard, and you're going to get those 30 inches of rain in a month. Not in June though.
Yeah, no. It's very
Which is
odd.
so weird. Okay. Anyone else? If you want to come ask your question like the other couple attempted to, please type live in the chat.
From Ken, I've seen some commentary on social media about mold problems in Boquete. Is that problematic?
The mold is only problematic if you don't live there and don't have good maintenance, or do ever use a dehumidifier or just a lot of moisture in the house.
Ventilation.
Ventilation.
Yeah.
If you don't have any of those, just principal things you do in the life and in daily life.
It's humid. We're in
It
the
is-
tropics.
yeah, in the
All
tropics,
year
and-
round, it's pretty humid.
Yeah, so like if you have a leak from the ceiling, if you don't correct the leak, it gets wet the wall a little bit. If you don't treat it, if you don't clean it up or dry it, it will get mold. But you can treat it and you can clean it. But it's not like a dead problem in.
We use dehumidifiers in our house throughout the
Yeah.
rainy season.
Like sometimes, like we have a little leak the other day, it got fixed, and then unfortunately the wall got wet, and then in the time being developed a little bit of mold. But I just use Clorox wipes. Done deal.
Okay. Yeah, I use fans, small fans in the rooms. If you have closets like this, put thumbtacks in the bottom, and they won't
Mhm.
close all the way.
Yeah.
And you get ventilation inside your closets, and you shouldn't have.
Let's try one
Okay.
more time,
There
David.
we
and
are,
Leia.
Dave and
Leia.
Leia. How are you guys? Can you hear us?
I think that's supposed to say Adele. These are the Shukels.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be on tour with us
Yeah.
in July.
Fine. Hey, we can hear you.
ish.
Ish.
I think they're
Hello?
frozen a little bit.
Oh, that's too bad. No, I don't think it's working.
Got a slow connection, guys.
Hello? Can you say
We see
something? Because
you.
we can see you moving.
Can you hear us?
Okay, I can hear you. Go ahead, say something.
What's your question?
Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Yeah? Just very
We
delayed.
hear you. Can you hear us?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
We want to know about. We take a lot of vitamins. Never mind.
You take a lot of vitamins. We
A
heard
lot of
that.
vitamins. Taking vitamins to Panama.
Yes, you can bring your vitamins here. That's not an
Yeah, no
issue
problem.
whatsoever. And if you move here, we have the vitamin shop, and like we have all those stores.
Yeah, or you can even ship them in, although you don't need to.
Type it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I did already. Vitamins to take on the trip.
Prescription.
There
Yeah,
is
of course.
no problem
No
bringing
problem with
on the
vitamins.
airplane. No problem.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, no, there's
prescription
no
medication.
problems for you guys.
And your prescription medications, no problem either. That's
Yeah.
a question we get often.
Yeah, just keep them in the bottle with your
Mhm.
name on it.
Okay.
Okay.
Look
Thanks,
forward to
guys.
meeting you guys.
Looking forward to seeing you in what, 2 weeks?
Yeah, that's a common one. Can you bring in prescriptions into Panama?
Yeah.
And
Yes,
no,
you can.
as long
All
as it's your
prescriptions you
personal
want
supply
that
for
you
the time
have.
of your
Yeah.
stay.
All the vitamins you need to bring for the time being, no problem.
The only rule stipulated, you can't bring in more than a 90-day supply
Yeah.
Mhm.
90 days
of
supply.
any prescription drug.
I think in the US, that's the most they'll give you anyway.
Yeah. Hi, Joyce. Disability is as long as it's a government disability program with Social Security, military. Yes, there's no problem getting a pensionable visa with that. Many folks have come here first in their 50s or even younger
In 40s.
on disability
Yeah.
type of payment. So they consider that a lifelong pension, even if it states it ends when you get Social Security, because then your Social Security kicks in. So it's really not an issue. So yes, the answer is yes. You're good. And the age does not matter. The age is one thing we get a question a lot. You can come on a pensionable visa at the age of 25, as long as you get a lifelong pension or disability
Yeah.
coming in. Age does not matter. Okay.
Mark, are there areas in Boquete that are similar temperature to Volcan?
There is. You need to be with the 1500 meters elevation to match that.
Yeah, so we get a little further up into the mountains.
We go Alto
Kiel.
Jaramillo.
Alto Jaramillo,
Jaramillo.
Jaramillo arriba, Volcancito arriba, Palmira arriba also, Kiel,
Arriba.
all
Yeah.
arriba, up. Outside in the mountains. Just make sure you reach out 1500 meters, you get the same temperature of Volcan because Volcan sits on 1500 meters.
Perfect. I'm sorry, I'm a little.
Let's see
there.
some more lives in the comments.
Yes, bringing on live.
I live in South Florida where full house generators are common. Is that an option?
Yes, it's an option. It's
It's an
definitely many people have it. You're not going to find it in many rentals, but in my feeling, and depending what you're doing, if you're just retired and things, they're a perfect option. If you are going to work here and you need your internet, you need a connection, you need somewhere in between a battery backup system and a generator. The only thing that bothers me about generators, and I've been at a friend's house We're watching a great Netflix, and the power goes off. Okay, great. And so we wait a minute, then the generator starts, everything starts back up. We wait 5 minutes for the internet. It's a good time to get popcorn, I guess. If you have battery backup, you don't have to worry about any of that stuff because everything's plugged in to the batteries. So whole home generators are very popular here. They can be purchased here, installed here at very good prices.
Yeah.
And battery backups for your internet stuff, TV, lighting is also possible. I don't have whole home generator, but we've installed for the company. The power could go out right now, and the internet could go out, and we would carry on. We're not affected because I got some batteries in the house and an inverter, and all the stuff that we're talking to you on is going through that right now. So if the power goes out, it might get a bit dimmer in here because the backup lighting is not as bright as the regular lighting. That's the only difference. Mm-hmm.
In Panama City and any major condo towers or hotels, resorts, they all have automatic generator backups.
Yeah. Ah, yes, Barbara, the weather in Boquete. Wasn't that a great day? The guys are here. Let us know. We got to get together. We'd love to see you.
Leslie, is Coronado a good place for single retired people to live?
Yep.
Absolutely.
It gets a little bit less crowded during this time of the year, especially in the low season, but it gets very popping, up and going, and starting in November all the way to April.
All the snowbirds from North America come down. But it's a very friendly community throughout the year.
Very.
Peggy, how safe is Boquete area for older women today? I'm 73 and single. Lots of older single ladies in Boquete, right?
Yeah.
She must have typed that wrong. 73 is young.
That's right.
Okay.
And I actually just saw on the Facebook group some single ladies are starting to form a group again because there used to be one. They would do get-togethers, and now there's some more single ladies putting a group together again.
Now it's safe as far as vigilant. If like most 73-year-olds, most 60s like me aren't out at 11 o'clock at night anymore. But so we're not walking home. But during the day and early evenings, there's no issues whatsoever. I see single, like I live in right downtown, and after dinner, people walking home. My neighbor lady, she's a single gal, probably early 50s. She comes home from work at 9, 10 o'clock and walks all the way from the bus stop, which is 3 blocks away, but no issues whatsoever. Mm-hmm.
And there's plenty to do. So many groups you can get involved in. Diane, Oscar, go with Larry and me following the July group tour. Oh, they're going to go to Cerro Azul, Diane and Larry.
Oh, there we go.
At the end of the tour.
Nice.
Oh, following. Why don't you guys come in a day early, guys? You guys are coming a day early.
You could even go the Thursday before the tour. That's true.
Because Oscar was already considering going the Wednesday or Thursday. We'll get a hold of you, Diane.
No, I'm saying before the tour.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
No, they're
coming in early.
Oh, I see.
They're coming out on Wednesday. So maybe we'll plan a Thursday trip.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
I like that.
Okay.
Sandra, we got a copy of our marriage certificate about 1 year ago, authenticated by Global Affairs Canada. Do we need to ask for another copy so that it's less than 6 months?
Yes.
Yes.
You do.
And make sure that you will be applying for your visa within the next 6 months.
Yeah. Don't get it 6 months before your trip because it's going to take a couple weeks to apply for the visa.
The best time is 3 months.
3 months.
Yeah, 3 months tops.
Make sure you're already working with your lawyer here in Panama before you start collecting paperwork. Sean, when it comes to getting appliances and electronics, would it be better to purchase in Panama or order them online like Amazon?
Yeah. I would say virtually everything you can purchase here in Panama, way better. You don't need to ship it except computers. And the reason why I say computers is the majority of computers in Panama are on the Spanish operating system and have a Spanish keyboard, which I would rip apart off a laptop. It drives you
I
nuts.
mean,
The at is not where it's supposed to be.
you will pay a little bit more than the price you're going to see on Amazon, but when you factor in the customs tax and the shipping fees,
But you
Yeah.
can, there's places in Panama City where you can order high-end European appliances, the same stuff that you can get in the States.
Yeah.
But basic appliances, Kenmore, Maytag, stuff are all sold across the country. Ah, there we go. Barb and Bob are coming back on July 10th. Okay, we're on
Nice.
tour, but we will find you. Okay. Come on, why is everyone being shy? People always come talk to us. Type live in the chat
I will
and ask
respond
the
that one.
question.
We'll respond that one.
Yeah. We did? Oh, I'm
Yes,
so
we
sorry.
did.
oh, that's right.
My mistake. Okay, that one, I'll delete that one so I don't do that again.
Heidi, the comment about splitting your time between Panama and home country 6 months, 6 months, does this still qualify you for citizenship or would you remain under a tourist visa for each 6 month period?
We're not talking citizenship. We're talking residency. You can get a residency in Panama and you don't have to spend more than a day here every 2 years.
But you
So-
can also come here for 180 days each year and stay on a tourist visa as a
Mhm.
Canadian or US
If for
citizen.
some reason you cannot apply for some sort of a residency, you have that freedom as a U.S. and Canadian. You're the only ones that have that freedom to stay here for 180 days
Mhm.
as a tourist. Now, that being said, you have to remember they only have 90 days legally to be driving in Panama.
And the good,
And there are some things that if you're living here 6 months of the year, it would be convenient to be a resident. Like
Yeah.
you can't have a bank account unless you're a resident in Panama.
Yeah.
And having a bank account in Panama allows you to pay things all over the country a lot more conveniently.
it
Online,
costs you under $3,000 to get a pensionado visa for a couple. You get 25% off your airfare. You get 25% off all your restaurant meals, 50% off your movie theaters. What are the other discounts? I'm just throwing electrical.
hotels, airfare.
25% off your base electrical rates on your rental.
Mhm.
So it's well worth that one-time fee of getting that pensionado visa, and you can come and go on open tickets. You don't need return tickets, so you don't know how long you stay.
So always, if you can get a residency, just get it. It's a lot easier. Life gets easier.
Hey Nick, we visited Panama for 16 days in February and March to Pedasi, Las Tablas, and Banao. It was a great area. How would you compare living in that area versus Boquete?
There is no comparison. They're quite different because they're all over. The temperature is different. The culture aspect is different. You got the ocean. With Boquete, we don't have the ocean. It's the one thing is you get a lot of seafood every day, but in Boquete we have all the greens year round every day. And one thing that we do in comparison is we still in Boquete we're close to the ocean, close enough, so we can get a lot of seafood produce, very good
Yeah.
price as well. But you don't have the same access that's easy or quick to the ocean or nice beaches like in Boquete. If you're here in Boquete, you gotta drive about 2 hours to one of the most pristine beaches, which is Las Chiriquí.
Yeah,
That would be-
also your closest airport would be Chitre, which is similar. Our closest airport is David.
Actually, it's closer. The airport to David is closer to Boquete than Chitre to Pedasi, for instance.
We have one of the largest expat communities outside of Panama City, although that area is growing a lot,
Yeah.
especially with Banao. And I mean, we have some expats that came on shore with us that just moved to Banao, and
Yeah.
they started the whole pickleball community in that area.
Yeah.
Now that's, a huge thing to do.
Yeah.
So it's definitely booming down there. It's a slower lifestyle. It's a little bit more remote, and it's very much ocean oriented, whereas Boquete is very mountain hiking oriented.
Yeah. But the best way to find out, come check it out.
Boquete's wetter.
Yeah,
That area is
Boquete
one of the
weather.
driest areas of the
Uh-huh.
country.
Yeah. So come check it out. Also, we do have a 3-day Boquete Chiriquí Highland tours. If you wanna look the whole area, We're more than happy to show you. If you wanted to show yourself, to see it by yourselves, uh, give it a chat, give us a call. Anything we can do for you guys to
They are
accommodate.
two of our favorite areas
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
country, even though they're so different.
But let me weigh in here. The one thing I find in talking to people, it comes down to what climate do you want to live in
Yes.
for the rest of your life. Being a Canadian, we love to go 2 weeks to Mexico or Arizona. We want the heat, but is that what you want every day? Some people do. We have great.
Mhm.
They love the '90s. Me, I personally like the '70s. Well, you know, I was kind of a kid when I was in the '70s, but no, like temperatures in the '70s or low '80s. So I think that's the first thing. You want to be comfortable where you move to. So if climate's not a factor for you, then you need to visit both places and
Yeah.
stay for a few weeks.
See which one like better, the
Yeah.
sense of community, the amenities you can get.
Ideally,
things like
more
that.
than a few weeks.
Yeah.
If one doesn't have a lifelong pension, can they prove certain level of detail? The way you prove that is by giving a Panama bank or buying real estate for $200,000 with a friendly nations visa.
Mhm.
Pensionado visa is only for lifelong pensions from work or the government. Now, when I say that, that's 99.99999% correct because there are some life insurance type annuities that are structured as lifelong, and very few, very, very few. Because for anything outside of a government pension, you need a letter from the administrator of that pension that money you're guaranteed for life, no matter what. So yeah, so you can come on a friendly nations visa. A couple of choices: buy something for 200,000,
For ICD.
or buy a certified deposit, like a long-term deposit for 2 to 3 years, and earn 5% on it, and spend 200,000 on that.
Or if you're a higher net worth individual, there's also the qualified investors visa.
Yeah, which is basically the same thing. You want to invest $300,000 to $500,000, but you get your visa in a month or two.
You don't have to do 2 applications.
Yeah.
You got
Fred,
a special
can you-
treatment.
Comment on Panama as a home for retirement. That's in Cocle province.
Yeah, Panama is a decent sized city. Lots of culture, lots of amenities, but again, it's not Americanized. It's very Panamanian area. You got everything there. You got shopping, you got banking, you got easy access to the beach.
In the Cocle province, you also have the popular tourist town in the mountains, Valle de Anton, and the
Mhm,
popular
close by.
beach community, Playa Blanca, where a
Yes.
lot of expats
You're
are.
very close to everything. So it definitely is a good place for looking at for retirement.
That's the capital city, so it's where you can do
Yeah.
all your big shopping.
Yeah, as long as you are willing to learn the Spanish and be okay with the culture. Yeah, that's pretty much it about it. But it's a safe city. It's very nice.
Mhm.
Lots of good culture.
I remember 12 years ago when I first got here, driving back and forth and going through Panama. It was nothing.
Yeah.
And recently, it's a great place. I actually spent some time there last year, like a long weekend, some ball tournaments with some friends, and it's got great restaurants, a little shopping centers. It's quite nice, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, I'm going to answer this question because it ties to the last one before people forget about it. If I didn't answer that correctly, the only thing you can qualify for a pensionado visa is a lifelong pension from a job or a government pension. There we go. If I just stop there, that should be clear, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there are options if you want to live here, but you're waiting a couple more years on your pension.
Yeah, that's right.
There are ways to make it work.
Yeah, you can stay here for 6 months, fly out of the country. The first time, just a week would be fine. Stay here for another 6 months.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Are there any areas in Panama City that are not high rises? Yeah, of course. Especially like Clayton area.
Oh, yeah, great area. And calm.
Yes, even Santa Maria, where
Oh yeah.
The high risers.
no,
No.
they're looking for not high rises.
Yeah,
in
no
Panama
Santa
high.
City.
Maria, there is some. I personally like a lot about the Clayton or City of Knowledge. All the area of Clayton is great, and Ancon. Ancon is also nice.
That whole area is what used to be a U.S.
Yeah.
military base.
Clayton's
Yeah.
like a suburb of New York City. Like it's very like this big, huge tree, or like tree-lined streets that all
Yeah.
turn into flowers and several times a year. 'Cause we don't really have
Yeah, the only
springs
thing is in Clayton area is it has some critique rush hours in the morning and noon because it's a lot of schools there, and high schools in campus. So certain times in the morning, in the afternoon, you gotta plan ahead because the traffic gets bad. That's the only thing. The
Yeah.
rest,
It's just
beautiful.
one lane, so
Yeah.
rush hour you want to
Yeah.
The
go
rest
across
is
the road.
gorgeous. I love that area. I mean, if I ever lived in the city,
It's right along
We
the
might-
canal.
yeah, if you ever live in the city and love green, that would be my area to go.
So it is like if you're not working at a job and you restrict your travel between 10 and 2 and 8 and later, you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How are things paid differently when you have a Panama-based bank account? Actually, really, everything, having a bank account in Panama is very similar to having a bank account in the US or Canada. Everything's basically the same. We have online banking. We can pay each other. Oscar can send me money. Oscar, can you demonstrate that, please?
No, what about you demonstrate that to me?
Okay. You can send money to each other. That's there within minutes. You can pay your bills online. Not just pay; they're actually linked to the utility company. So I
Okay.
can,
Well,
Yeah.
all of restaurants
Yeah.
too, they give you the option to just put in their phone number and pay.
Yeah.
So
You
you
can-
can,
Also do pay the tickets.
yeah. Oscar can pay his traffic
Meeting
tickets, but he can go online and hit a button.
Oh,
You can
me.
check if he
Yeah.
has traffic tickets,
Yeah.
and then you can check your balance on the utility bill. So if and then you have a debit card, you can apply for a credit card. That's not an issue too. But if you have no credit here yet, you're gonna have to guarantee that card for a couple of years.
And I think some people who maybe haven't lived out of Canada or the US, they don't understand. Like that doesn't work internationally.
Mhm.
So the only way you're sending your money here is an international wire, or
Yeah.
you're using your credit cards for a certain amount of time here. Otherwise, you're not able to pay things that easily or get cash out, because when you get money out of an ATM here, most of them have a $250 limit.
Yeah, and Panama banks have nothing to do with the U.S. or Canadian system. So there's no such thing as email money transfer. There's no Zelly or Zelle. There's some, I don't know which one it is. but-
Panama has its own
Yeah,
versions
we
of
have their
that.
own versions of that.
It's called
So
Yapi.
Panama banking is for Panama use within Panama. To get money here, like May said, you send an international wire transfer to from your U.S. or Canadian bank to your Panama bank. Okay. I love this question. I had a hard time with it
Without
when I
an
moved here.
address or mail delivery, how does one get bills? It's great, we get no bills.
We get no.
Only the electrical. That's the only one that arrives in your house.
It's amazing. We're more modern than many U.S. and Canadian places. It comes to your phone. It's through apps, through electrical. Yeah, except the electrical.
The
But
electrical is the only one that gets to your house.
this is how they still do it. This was how all the bills were done. There's a guy that drives around on a motorcycle, no word of a lie, with a knapsack and all the bills are in the back, and he sticks it in your gate. So in the windy season, it blows away. In the rainy season, it's soaking wet. Mine was there today, useless.
But
So-
you have it on your online banking,
Yeah,
so you know.
Yeah, it's on my banking,
You don't
it's on
even
my
need it.
phone. They email it to you.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then when we can get things delivered, we have like Uber Eats type apps here. If you buy something from, let's say you buy a new fridge from Do It Center, you just send them your PIN location, and they like through WhatsApp, you just send them a location to where you live, and they drop it off at
Use
your house.
WhatsApp for everything, and you send your location on WhatsApp.
Who's this guy? Arturo Gonzalez. You guys know anyone with
Hey,
that
who
name?
let him in here?
No. I think he's on Facebook. You'll see. He's,
Yeah.
Hey,
Hola,
I don't know.
Tuito.
Hey, Arturo, what's up? Well, maybe we'll get a question on. Oh yeah, mail. How do you get your U.S. bills?
Let's invite
There
him
we
on.
go. Arturo, if you're there, type in live in the chat, and you're gonna tell us how we do that. Arturo is manager of Mailbox Etc. in Bocafe. To get mail from the States here, we use third-party services like Mailbox, etc. You get a box here, and the letter gets sent to a Miami address, and it gets forwarded here in 3 to 4 days. And then you go pick it up. Or if you order something from Amazon, keep it light because you pay by the pound here, and you ship it to your Miami address that you'll get from your freight forwarder, like mailboxes, and they ship it to here within 3 or 4 days. Because we don't really have an internal postal system here, so that's how we do
There are
that.
services that will go to the office in your town, but not to your address because there is none. As a Friendly Nations Visa permanent resident over 55 years of age, do my wife and I qualify for same discounts previously mentioned?
Your wife
Yes.
dies at 55, you
Right.
do at 60. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Any resident of retiree age gets the discount.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what visa you came in once you hit those ages.
He's been getting the discount since he was 50.
Only at McDonald's. They think I'm old
Oscar is
there.
jealous.
No, I'm not taking you shopping at the
A
grocery
few
store
more
on Seniors
grades and
Day.
we'll start getting the discount.
Yeah.
I might have the grades, but I still have the baby face.
We have a 10% off Seniors Day, and Oscar keeps wanting me to go. Oh, everything in Panama. Yes, Carolina. There's really
Everything except peppermint patties.
bacon and or peppermint patties. You can't get ketchup chips here either. Sorry.
Just a few things we missed.
Hey, Sean, what do you got there?
Me and my fiance are retiring, but we are still in our early 30s. Is there still a community where we will live in our age group?
Oh, yeah.
Do you guys know anyone in their early 30s?
Oh, yeah, plenty.
Not me yet.
Okay.
I'm technically
Very
speaking,
soon,
I'm
Megan.
technically
Take
there. I am in my 30s.
Oscar acts like he's in his teens.
I mean, 40s are the new 30s, isn't it?
Yeah, actually, even a lot of young Panamanians are leaving Panama City, which is where all the working age Panamanians used to live, was Panama City. But we have a lot of young friends in Boquete now that are still working, and you might not see them while you're here as a tourist out during the day or at the Tuesday market because they're working or raising families, but certainly the expat communities are becoming a lot more diverse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't show up for bingo night or backgammon or something.
Right.
No, it's very diverse. There are a lot of diversity in the expat community.
Panama City has a really good
Yeah.
young lots of young expats in Panama City.
So much
like
to do for
there
families.
again, you don't have the huge groups and get-togethers. You have to find your niche because it's a huge city. So
In
Yeah.
Boquete, there are WhatsApp groups and Facebook groups for everything, whatever you're interested
okay, Peggy here says, "I don't want a tour." Okay, we're not going to take her question. No, just kidding, Peggy. How are you?
We love your honesty.
Yes.
I'm ready to move. Is there a guideline, pamphlet, or book I should get with steps to do this in an easy, organized way? I've been ready for a long time.
Don't
There
take,
is
don't take advice from Facebook.
Definitely visit first.
Yes.
visit yourself, get the vibe, get the ambience, get the sense of the town, the community. You cannot do anything when you look in a paper. You have to really experience. It's very important decision. So if you don't want to take a tour, that's completely understandable. But you definitely want to check with your own eyes and feel the area. That's the best, one of the best advice I would say, because you don't know anything until you get here. The notebook will explain.
No, and we feel like we really like the individualized service. So if you want to book some Zoom calls with us, we're happy to help answer questions for you and plan everything with you.
We
Yeah.
offer 30-minute free consults, phone conversations on the phone. Peggy, in the chat, type what area you're interested in. I'm curious. We got some other options
Yeah.
for you also. The biggest thing, and this makes me cry sometimes, guys, Oscar and I can't be sitting in Facebook groups correcting people. He has a family. I have a dog. No, we have to make a living. We have to work. We have to earn money at least some of the time, right? Somebody posted, I need an immigration lawyer. I got to start. Within the post, there were four what I call trolls. They were like employees of immigration lawyers looking for business because they don't have enough. You don't want that person
Probably like three good
representing you.
options and then 20 others.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. There, in the mix of the 30 replies, there might be three good ones. You don't know which one is a good
Yeah.
one.
And we won't
and-
ask you to pay to tell you.
yeah. hmm
We're
So-
happy to refer you to good people.
Again, I posted our link in the comment section. Now, we're not going to, even the people who use, like the lawyers, they say, please don't give our name on Facebook because then people start emailing them. Well, what's the weather like in Boquete? And they
Yeah.
get questions like that.
Yeah, but depends of the area you think you're interested in, you want to move. Let us know, and then if we can connect you to a place, an Airbnb, at least to give you some guidance. But you definitely wanted to come in person and
Yeah.
see with your eyes. And if you're concerned about some sort of weather, comes in the worst time of the year, so you know what is the worst you can experience. If for some reason it's Boquete, this is the moment to come because we're having a rainy season and see if you can handle the rain.
Okay, now we each got to say what is our favorite thing about Panama. You go first.
Uh, that is so many things I cannot say. Just
He's got too many.
Which one?
just freedom. I got freedom here. I love the freedom I have in Panama. That's the number one thing, freedom. I got to do anything I want. I got to drive anywhere I want. Yeah, freedom.
Mhm.
That's one way to put it. Freedom.
I would say the quality of life. It's just, I feel safe. I feel like I can enjoy, like people really
Yeah.
value relationships and quality time
Yeah.
here more than being a workforce. So,
Yes,
That's
that's
a big one
another
for me.
ones. Yeah.
how about you?
For me, it's the weather. It simply is for me, except for today. These guys don't
I
hear me
love this
complain
weather.
much about the weather. I love the rainy season, but they're not like today.
Although I should say freedom legally.
Okay,
But
but
only I'm gonna do whatever I want.
I'm talking about
It's legal.
my reason. Shut up. Okay. I come from Canada where you got the extremes, minus 40, plus 40 Celsius. Here, every day is the same. I get up in the morning before 6. By 6:30, I'm walking 3 kilometers in the park across the street from me, 20 acres. It's like maybe 20 degrees, 68 degrees, beautiful, 80 degrees during the day, sunshine in the morning at least, maybe a shower. And then in the evenings, the only time I wear a jacket is usually when I want to dress up and I'm going out and, and you go somewhere and you take it off. So for me, it's the weather. Mhm. Okay, we're gonna get down. Does anyone want to say hi? Type in live. I haven't seen any lives. 'Cause we only got 6 minutes left until, I don't know, something's happening tonight. I can't remember what it is. I understand you can find everything in Panama. I heard furniture is expensive and replacing everything may cost as much as shipping. It's
Depends on
That's a
what you
loaded
have.
question. Yeah, exactly. Depends what you have. If you have some really, really high end Ashley furniture and higher stuff, yeah, it's going to cost you more to probably replace it. If you got basic furniture, probably not.
But a lot of rentals and for sale homes come fully
Yeah,
furnished here.
Exactly. If you're buying an expat home, like a North American style expat home, there's a 50-50, probably quite a bit higher chance it's furnished. And you're going to have to deal with their furniture too.
All right, we got 5 minutes until the debate. Rapid fire.
Is that what's happening?
Yeah, 5 minutes left.
No, I just couldn't remember what I thought it was a comedy show.
Oh, right.
Didn't know what Peggy said. Okay, thank you. EVs, Oscar, much EVs or charging station?
Lots of
There is
charging
charging stations. There is EVs here. Me personally, if you only buy new, and if you're very close to a dealership, they can do maintenance to that EV. Other than that, don't jump into that adventure.
Mechanics here don't really know them that
No,
well yet.
that's it's way too no technology here, and there's also like not many places that you can get service. Only in the dealership.
Yeah.
You want to make sure you live close by one day, provide that specific service.
Exactly. I think 4 or 5 more questions. Applying for a visa with fiance dependent. Worried too small, misdemeanors. Anything on your criminal background record is a challenge,
Yeah.
and you have to deal with it with your lawyer before. There's a process to go through.
If you can get
If
them
it's a
expunged,
DUI, you're not going to have any issue with it. Anything other than a DUI, you might. So you have to start that process, get the background check to your lawyer, and get them to look at it. They'll talk to immigration about what it's going to.
Yeah, and just be upfront, like specifically what it was, when it was, how it was, and just to be upfront first.
Okay, Judy, we will connect you to a lawyer if you fill in the following form. I'm putting the link into the comments. Please fill in that form, and we will connect you to somebody with as much detail as possible, so we know like where you're from, where you're going. Debate. Oh yeah, Diane's going to watch the debate. I think a bunch of people are. Hey, you guys, tell me your impression of
Focus del Toro.
Is that a? Yeah, that's a slip on the keyboard. Okay, what do you guys think about it? Oh, here it is.
Yeah, Oscar just has been there a few times recently and says, there's a lot of good stuff happening
There
there.
is a lot of good stuff happening in Bocas del Toro, in the main island, because Bocas del Toro is a province, where everyone refers to Bocas to the island Colon, which is Bocas town. There's a lot of good things happening. There is new infrastructure putting in, brand new roads. It is messy, not so much now, but it was quite messy last time I went. But I see it with the eyes of evolution. Some people complain, and that happens anywhere in the world. It goes through evolution and just making infrastructure getting better. It's gonna go through hard times.
It gets a rap of being a party town for backpackers.
Yes, but
that's
there's
really
areas.
just the main town.
Yeah, there is areas that are very peaceful, gorgeous, excellent wildlife. Now they have mainland power from mainland, because before you used to run a big giant generator running on diesel. Now they have power from land. So there is a huge asset to the, and also there is coming a lot of more goods into the island. It's very more flexible transportation. So the only thing that they will be missing, I can only assume this, but I can see that in the future is being a private hospital in the island. That I can see that happening in the next 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna close it quickly. Next week, guys. Thursday is July 4th. So you U.S. folks have a night off with a Q&A. But as Canadians are getting together for another Canadian-only Q&A, we're gonna focus a little bit on residency, non-residency options, stuff like that. So get back to the website and get that in your calendar next Thursday, 8 p.m. For the Canadian-only Q&A. So
I'll be celebrating 4th of July.
yeah, our numbers are dropping off as people are apparently rushing to their TVs.
That's right.
Is it Johnny Carson on? No, I don't know, something.
So guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate your time.
Great
I hope
questions.
you have beautiful questions, and we hope that you guys have a beautiful evening, enjoying the rest of the evening. Have a beautiful night at home with your loved ones, and hope to see you next Thursday. And definitely, we hope to see you in our tour with us in Panama.
That's right.
Right on. Okay, folks.
Peace out.
Everyone have a great night.
Peace out.
We'll talk
Peace
to you
out. Sorry.
soon.
Good night,
I got that one
everyone.
back. But ciao.